right, excited to welcome into the show Super Bowl champion, college football Hall of Famer, pro football Hall of Famer, and Baltimore Ravens legend Ed Reed, kind enough to join us on behalf of DirecTV here. Ed, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, DK. Good day to you, man.
Good day to you, too. And congratulations. We got a lot we want to get to you with here over the course. We're excited to have you and hear about, what you got going on with the partnership, too. But congratulations. We are a father-son show here. And I know you've been working at your son's high school for a while around the team, but officially accepting the offensive coordinator role here. So congrats. How fired up are you guys to be able to go to work together like this?
Excited, man. We've been talking almost every day, trying to implement some stuff to him. I'm calling him, telling him I want him to do this and do this, So it's good, man. It's already kind of activated,
Yeah, listen, we've seen a number of former players from Deshaun Jackson, Eddie George, Chris Dishman, Michael Vick jumping into the coaching thing. I know you had the flirtation with Bethune-Cookman that didn't work out, but is this something down the road when your son's done in high school that you're looking to jump to college?
Definitely, Mike. I've been doing it. Like, I actually been coaching before all this happened. Like, I coached in Buffalo, obviously known as a player coach when I played. My last year with the Jets in Houston was all about administrative work for the most part, and still coaching. Then chief of staff at the University of Miami, where I still was coaching there. My foundation. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, no, I was going to say one of the biggest feathers in your cap you can get is when Bill Belichick talks about how you fooled him as a coach on defense. I mean, I think that's all you need is that soundbite as your resume to get a coaching job.
I appreciate that, Mike. I thought so too, man. But there's been some loops that I got to jump through, man. It's been real disrespectful. And I think that's been the way, like, for a lot of players over the years. Nobody really talks about it because, usually when you talk about things of such, and tell the truth, they kick you down and it's hard for you to get jobs, you get blackballed, those type of things or whatever. But needless to say, man, the truth needs to be said, right? So, I think guys are starting to realize, nah, I'm going to do this. The doors are open even more so now. So that's why I think you're starting to see guys get hired. Guys have been having foundation, working in communities, working with kids for years. Like, I've been saying this for years that we never really point out how much positive stuff NFL players or players are doing in general, specifically for our league. I think other leagues do a decent job, and we've gotten better over the years since I've come. With Play 60 and things like that. Because I work with the NFL and kids. But we could do so much more, and I think that's what you're seeing, Mike.
Yeah, certainly starting to see that more and more. You're right with guys not only having that work, but then having that parlayed into some of these opportunities to reach out and teach. And that's always the thing I'm most curious about is sometimes, my dad played with Reggie White and always talked about this, but with some all-time great players, they're so great and some of the things you can do are so unique. It's hard to teach that to somebody else here. You mentioned teaching has always kind of been something that you've enjoyed here. Have you ever found it difficult, considering how great you were as a player, to be able to try and impart those same lessons onto players that might not have your same ability or dedication to the game?
Yeah, man. I mean, I had Shockey Brown, Ladarius Webb in my DB room, man. I had Terrell Suggs as a teammate, and Ray Lewis and guys like that, man. So, it's all about the circle that you have, right? Because all those guys had a lot of part in the player who I was, right? Because we helped each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, they were young guys, Suggs and those guys, and we had to impart wisdom on them just like Ray imparted wisdom on me, him and Jonathan Ogden. So it's about the company you keep, who you surround yourself with. And Mike knows it, right? Because they have some players that comes to the team that you understand, like, you got to weed out guys too. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to make it. That's why it took us so long to win the championship, because we didn't always have those guys on the team. Sometimes we had guys just about their money, and you're going to have that in this generation now, especially with the NIL, Like people are chasing the bag and chasing money versus just chasing that love and having that love for the game, and everything else works out in it. You know what I'm saying? Because you realize money only is, only going to take you so far and give you so much happiness. They can never exchange, what's over this shoulder right here. Like the things we've done as a team. And I can just imagine, like you said, the story your dad would tell you about Reggie White. Like you can't take that away. Like that's what it's about.
DraftKings and DoorDash have teamed up to deliver NFL fans the action that they crave. Take a shot to play completely free throughout the season for cash prizes and DoorDash gift cards. Build a roster each week and compete against the field. Finish at the top of the leaderboard and you'll take home a lion's share of $5,000. Play now at DraftKings.com/DoorDash. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. See DraftKings.com/DoorDash for details. Must be an account holder to play.
It is an incredible thing to play with one of the all-time greats, and you certainly had a few of them on your defense. And obviously, greatness sees greatness. In the Baltimore Ravens team of today at a position that you played, the safety position, you see Kyle Hamilton. Yeah. I mean, just playing some incredible ball. What do you see when you see him playing that safety position?
I see what the game is supposed to be about. What it's about. The game we love. Like, that's what you see in certain players. That's why you continue to watch it, because certain players still have that passion and fortitude, right? They go at it that way. I see Kyle has a lot of that old school football in him. I think guys like myself look for that. Look for that old school football player, still out there. That's what I love about Kyle, man. They're moving him around a good bit, so I love it.
No, they're giving him a great opportunity to impact the game in a lot of ways. Same could be said for the quarterback on the other side, Lamar Jackson, en route to what could be his third MVP this season. When you watch Lamar Jackson and some of these modern quarterbacks here, as a guy who used to be tasked with stopping great quarterbacks here, what do you see that makes guys like him such a difficult mismatch for opposing defenses?
Man, his patience, pocket presence has went up tremendously. I always talked about pocket presence with Brady and Peyton and those type of guys. Like, that makes a difference. He's not just escaping the pocket, running all the time. He's extending the pocket more. And that's difficult to deal with. Guys like Roethlisberger and, Josh Allen is another one who does that, So extending that pocket is something that defenses don't always practice for. We don't just be out there and go practice plaster, So that's something you got to have in your head, ingrained in it, So you're gonna see that come this weekend on both sides. You're gonna be like, how did he get open, right? Because guys fell asleep during the scramble.
So you were your first round pick in 2002, about 22 years ago. What's the biggest difference in the game you see from when you first got in it to now?
Man, I was coming in with Hall of Famers. I came in with Julius Peppers. Like you're looking at draft classes now and how these guys just fall off, but I don't know, man. It's a little different with the rules and all that, the NIL and stuff. So I think for me, Mike, man, a lot of it's like passion, like just the passion of the game, knowing the game. You see a lack thereof. I feel like guys are missing steps along the way because other things, intangibles are there that's distracting them from the love of the game.
Well, certainly you know all about the love of the game, and I want to talk to you about the partnership you got going on today for fans that love the game here. You're here on behalf and in support of DirecTV and their new My Sports package. So what can you tell us about that package and what it has to offer passionate fans?
Yeah, I mean, for over 30 years, DirecTV been providing this, packages and streaming opportunities for everybody. It's a one-of-a-kind package where it's all sports on DirecTV. All right, DirecTVstream.com is where you can go and get it. You can go and look for it, and for the sports fan who loves sports, this is the place to be.
Sounds like a sports junkie's dream.
It is. Definitely. I believe so.
A sports junkie's dream. Well, a one-of-a-kind package from a one-of-a-kind player in Ed Reed. Ed, can't thank you enough for joining us and giving us some time today. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again soon, all right?
Anytime, man. Definitely.